Welcome you all to the fluid power system. This is module 3, control components and hydraulic circuit design. This is lecture 6. Disclaimer: this PPT has been prepared by referring many sources, which includes figures, diagrams from internet as well as from prescribed text and reference books. I do not claim any originality in preparing this PPT or video. This PPT or video is exclusively for the purpose of education and not for any financial gains. I wholeheartedly thank all those who have directly or indirectly contributed to do this PPT or video. I will take this platform to thank everyone who are helped me to create or to prepare this PPT or video. Thank you everyone. Now we will move on to regenerative circuit, regenerative cylinder circuit. See, the main thing is where it is applied. Application: in many machine tools such as drilling machine, we require a faster extension stroke of the cylinder to reduce the idle time and increase the production rate. To reduce the idle time and to increase the production rate, in the drilling machine, the extension stroke speed is to make extension stroke speed should be faster compared to normal or general double acting cylinders. So in such cases, regenerative cylinder circuits are utilized. See, look at the diagram. Here part 1 is reservoir, part 2 is filter, part 3 is pump, part 4 is pressure relief valve, part 5 is direction control valve. This is 4 by 3 direction control valve. Here port P. Here port P is blocked. Port P is blocked means here the port B is not connected to a direction control valve. Look at the direction control valve location, and here port B is blocked. What it indicates, this blocked position is same for all three envelopes: left envelope, right envelope and middle envelope. In all these three cases, the port B is blocked in the direction control valve. And here it is a manually operated spring return direction control valve. It is of 4 by 3, 4 ports and 3 positions: left envelope, right envelope and central envelope, or right position, left position and middle position. And part 6 is, it is a double acting cylinder. It has 2 ports, hence the name double acting cylinder. Here first I will go for a principle involved in the regenerative circuit. See, a regenerative circuit is used to speed up the extending speed of the double acting cylinder. Compared to the normal double acting cylinder, in regenerative circuit the extending speed is faster. This is done by connecting the rod end of the cylinder back to pressure line. You can see to it in the diagram. Here the rod end flow of the cylinder, the rod end flow of the cylinder is back to pressure line. Look at this. The rod end of the cylinder, see, this is the rod end of the cylinder flow is connected to again a pressure line. This is a pressure line. For pressure line it is connected. Okay. The speed of extension is greater than that for the regular double acting cylinder because the flow from the rod end regenerates the pump flow, that is QP. QP means pump flow, to provide the total flow rate. Total flow rate here is QT. Okay, we can discuss about what is QT and what is QP and what is QR in later slides. Okay, so compared to the regular double acting cylinders, in the regenerative cylinder circuit, the extension the speed of the extension is greater compared to a regular double acting cylinder. It can be achieved by the rod end cylinder flow. The rod end of the cylinder flow is connected back to pressure line. By this way, we can achieve the speed of the extension stroke in a greater level. In extension stroke, what will happen? See, look into the diagram. Here the pump is connected to here, okay, and this is blocked. This is blocked, so it is connected to here. The pump flow, the cylinder is extended. See, the rod end flow, it is goes back and again connected to pressure line. So the pump flow and this return flow both are comes to the pressure line, so it will get the speed extension. Speed of the extension is greater level. So here we can achieve the highest speed or greater speed compared to regular double acting cylinder. During extension stroke, what will happen? When the 4/3 direction control valve is shifted to left position. This is left position. This is left position. Left position, and the oil flows from the pump to the blank end of the cylinder, and the cylinder gets extended. Cylinder gets extended, and during extension, the oil from the rod end also goes to the blank end of the piston. Look at this. The rod end flow is again directly connected to pressure line. So again this flow is also goes to here for extension. By this way we can achieve the speed of the extension is in a greater level. And during retraction, what will happen? Again we will go for here. The pump is connected like this, but here the flow is blocked. Okay, so what will happen? Look into that, and here connected like this. So here look at this, the pump flow goes like this, here blocked, the pump won't, the pump flow won't go in this port. So here is one more passage, it goes like this, it connected to rod end, and the retraction of the cylinder happens in the regular cylinder, and the output of the cylinder goes like this and connected to tank, connected to tank. See, during retraction what will happen? When the 4/3 direction control valve is shifted to right position, this is the right position, this is the right position, the oil from the pump goes directly to the rod end because port B is blocked. The port B of the direction control valve is blocked, so the pump flow directly enters to the rod end by this passage. At the same time, oil from the blank end goes to the tank from port A to port T of the direction control valve. By this way the retraction happens. The speed of retraction is not differed compared to a regular cylinders, regular double acting cylinders. And see, the speed of extension is greater than that of the regular double acting cylinder because the flow from the rod end regenerates with the pump flow. to provide a total flow rate. Okay, by this way we can achieve the speed of the extension in the greater level compared to a regular double acting cylinder. Look at the animation. Here the rod end flow is directly connected to a pump flow, and look at the speed of the extension speed during extension, and retraction speed is normal to the normal as compared to the double acting cylinder, but the speed of extension is greater compared to regular double acting cylinder. Next is expression for the cylinder extending speed. Expression for the cylinder extending speed. Here this is the simple expression, simple derivation. The total flow rate, it is represented by Qt entering the blank end of the cylinder, which is given by Qt equal to Qp plus Qr, where Qp is pump flow rate, Qr is regenerative flow or flow from a rod end. Now, if we want pump flow rate, what is happening in equation number 1? See, call Qt equal to Qp plus Qr. Call it as equation number 1. In this equation number 1, if you want to pump flow rate, the equation 1 becomes to Qp equal to Qt minus Qr. Pump flow rate Qp equal to Qt minus Qr. But the total flow rate acting on the blank rod end is given by, see, the total flow rate acting on the rod end, blank rod end, is given by Qt equal to APV extension. Total flow rate equal to area of piston into velocity or speed during extension stroke. Similarly, the flow rate from the rod end is given by, see, the flow rate from the rod end is given by Qr equal to AP minus AR into V extension. Here Qr is regenerative flow equal to annulus area. Annulus area means area of piston minus area of rod into velocity or speed during extension. Now substitute these two values in a pump flow rate equation. So Qp equal to Qt, that is APV extension, minus Qr, that is annulus area into V extension. Substitute these values in the pump flow rate equation. The equation reduce it to pump flow rate Qp equal to AR V extension, area of rod into V extension. Call it as equation number 2. The extending speed of the piston. The extending speed of the piston, here the equation 2 becomes V extension equal to Qp divided by AR. Velocity during extension equal to pump flow rate dividing by area of rod. Call it as equation number 3. Similarly, the retracting speed of the piston. Similarly, the retracting speed of the piston, V retraction equal to Qp dividing by annulus area, that is nothing but AP minus AR. Call it as equation number 4. Now we will move on to note 1. See, a small area provides a large extending speed. The extending speed can be greater than the retracting speed if the rod area is made smaller. So we can go for a ratio of extending and retracting speed, that is V extension dividing by V retraction equal to, see, QP dividing by AR whole divided by QP dividing by AP minus AR. So QP get cancelled and AP minus AR comes to numerator and AR goes to denominator. Simplify this, we will get AP minus AR minus 1. Call it as equation number 5. Now we will move on to note 2. When the piston area is 2 times of rod area, so that the extension and retraction speeds are equal. In general, the greater the ratio of a piston rod area, the greater is the ratio of extending speed to the retracting speed. In general, the greater the ratio of a piston to rod area, greater is the ratio of extending speed to the retraction speed. In regenerative circuit, the extending speed and retracting speed of the cylinder can be made equal when the piston area is 2 times of the rod area. So in that case, the equation 5 becomes V extension dividing by V retraction. Here piston area, consider or assume piston area is 2 times of rod area. So substitute in the place of AP 2AR. So 2AR dividing by AR minus 1. The equation 5 becomes 2AR dividing by AR minus 1. So AR gets cancelled. Remaining is 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 equal to 1. So cross multiply it, V extension equal to V retraction. So we conclude that therefore in the regenerative circuit, the extending speed and retracting speed of the cylinder can be made equal when the piston area is 2 times of the rod area. Keep on remembering, in the regenerative circuit, the extending speed and retracting speed of the cylinder can be made equal when the piston area is 2 times of the rod area. AP equal to 2AR. In such cases, V extension equal to V retraction can be achieved. Take one numerical. A double acting cylinder is hooked up in the regenerative circuit. The relief valve setting is 70 bars. The piston area is 0.016 meter square and the rod area is 0.0045 meter square. If the pump flow is 0.0013 meter cube per second, find the cylinder speed and a load carrying capacity for the subquestion A, extending stroke, and subquestion B, retracting stroke. This is the question. In the question, they have asked to find out cylinder speed and load carrying capacity during extending stroke and retracting stroke. Before going to write the solution part, first note down the data given in the numerical. P, pressure is given. So P equal to 70 bars. Convert this bar into Newton per meter square. So 70 bars becomes 70 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. Next is piston area is given. Piston area, it is denoted by AP equal to 0.016 meter square. Next is a rod area, it is denoted by AR, that is 0.0045 meter square. And using this area of piston and area of rod, we can easily get annulus area. Annulus area equal to AP minus AR. Simplify this, we will get 0.0115 meter square. Then pump flow is given QP. Pump flow is QP, that is 0.0013 meter cube per second. Now directly we will go for to find out cylinder speed and load carrying capacity during extending stroke. Sub question A. During extending stroke, you already understood the formulas. Cylinder speed during extending stroke, V extension equal to pump flow rate dividing by rod area. During extending stroke, QP is 0.0013 dividing by area of rod or rod area 0.0045. Simplify this, we will get 0.29 meter per second. And a load carrying capacity during extending stroke, F load or F during extension equal to pressure into area of rod. Pressure is 70 into 10 to the power of 5 into area of rod is 0.0045. Substitute over in the equation, we will get 31,500 Newton or 31.5 kilo Newton. Here first sub question is over. Cylinder speed and load carrying capacity during extending stroke 0.29 meter per second and 31.5 kilonewton respectively. Now we will move on to sub question B. Find out cylinder speed and load carrying capacity for retracting stroke. In retracting stroke, there is a formula, velocity during retraction or speed during retraction equal to pump flow divided by annulus area, AP minus AR. QP is 0.0013 dividing by AP minus AR 0.016 minus 0.0045. Simplify this, we will get 0.113 meter per second. And load carrying capacity during retraction, F load or F retraction equal to pressure into annulus area, that is AP minus AR. Pressure is 70 into 10 to the power of 5 into annulus area AP minus AR 0.016 minus 0.0045. Simplify this, we will get 80,500 Newton or 80.5 kilo Newton. So the cylinder speed and load carrying capacity during retracting stroke is 0.113 meter per second and 80.5 kilonewton respectively. These are the solutions for this numerical. We will move on to second numerical. A double acting cylinder is hooked up in the regenerative circuit. The relief valve setting is 105 bars, 105 bars. The piston area is 130 centimeter square and the rod area is 45 centimeter square. If the pump flow is 0.0016 meter cube per second, determine the cylinder speed and load carrying capacity for extension stroke, sub question A extension stroke, sub question B retracting stroke, and sub question C power consumed during extension and retraction. Now we will move on to the solution part. Before going to the solution part, first we note down the data given in the numerical. Solution here, pressure is given P equal to 105 bars. It is nothing but 105 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. Then area of piston is given 130 centimeter square. Area of rod is given 45 centimeter square. and pump flow is given QP is 0.0016 meter cube per second. Now we will find out cylinder speed and load carrying capacity during extending stroke and retracting stroke, and also power consumption during both extending and retraction strokes. Now we'll move on to speed, load carrying capacity and power during extending stroke. We already known about the formulas. Cylinder speed during extension, V extension equal to pump flow rate dividing by rod area, that is 0.0016 dividing by 0.0045. Simplify this, we will get 0.3555 meter per second. Velocity during extension is 0.3555 meter per second. And second is a load carrying capacity during extension, that is F extension equal to pressure into area of rod. Pressure is 105 into 10 to the power of 5 into area of rod is 45 into 10 to the power of minus 4. 0.0045 can be write in terms of 45 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Simplify this, we will get 47,250 Newton or 47.25 kilonewton. Load carrying capacity during extension stroke, that is 47.21 kilonewton. Next we will move on to power. Power during extension, P equal to force into velocity during extension or force into speed during extension. We already got the values, so substitute those values in this equation. Force extension is 47,250 into speed during extension, that is 0.3355. Simplify this, we will get 16.79 kilonewton. Speed, load carrying capacity and power during extending stroke is 0.3555 meter per second, 47.25 kilonewton and 16.79 kilowatt respectively. Now we'll move on to second sub question, speed, load carrying capacity and power during a retracting stroke. Here the cylinder speed during retraction, V retraction equal to pump flow rate dividing by annulus area. Substitute the values, 0.0014 dividing by 130 minus 45 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Simplify this, we will get 0.1882 meter per second. Velocity or speed during retraction, that is 0.1882 meter per second. Load carrying capacity during retraction, that is force retraction equal to pressure into annulus area. Substitute the values, 105 into 10 to the power of 5 into 130 minus 45 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Simplify this, we will get 89,250 Newton or 89.25 kilonewton. Load carrying capacity during retraction, that is 89.25 kilonewton. And last part is power during retracting stroke, that is P retraction stroke equal to force retraction into V retraction. Force retraction is 89,250, substitute there, and V retraction is 0.1882 meter per second, substitute there. Simplify this, we will get 16.79 kilowatt. Power during retraction stroke, that is 16.79 kilowatt. Now compare power during extension and power during retraction. Both are equal, that is 16.79 kilowatt. How it is possible? Therefore, in the regenerative circuit, the extending speed can be more than retracting speed. It is happening in the regenerative circuit. The extending speed can be more than retracting speed. Look at the numerical solutions. The cylinder speed during extension, that is 0.3555 meter per second, and velocity during retraction, that is 0.1882 meter per second. So in this case, the extending speed is more than retracting speed. So we can achieve the same power in the both extending and retraction stroke by making extending speed more than the retracting speed. We will move on to next numerical. Third question, a double acting cylinder is hooked up in the regenerative circuit. The relief valve setting is 105 bars. The piston area is 130 centimeter square and the rod area is 65 centimeter square. If the pump flow is 0.0016 meter cube per second, find the cylinder speed and load carrying capacity for the extending stroke and retracting stroke. First note down the data given in the numerical. P is given 105 bars or 105 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square, and piston area AP is 130 centimeter square and rod area AR is 65 centimeter square, and pump flow rate QP is 0.0016 meter cube per second, and unknowns are cylinder speed and load carrying capacity for both extending and retraction strokes. Okay, now look at the numerical. Here the area of the piston is 2 times greater than area of the rod. Area of piston is 130 centimeter square and area of rod is 65 centimeter square. So now we can achieve equal speeds here. Equal speeds means velocity during extension or cylinder speed during extension equal to cylinder speed during retraction. Equal, both are equal. How it is possible? We can go for to discuss the solution. Speed and load carrying capacity during extending stroke, that is V extension equal to pump flow rate dividing by rod area 0.0016 dividing by 0.0065. Simplify it, we will get 0.246 meter per second. Load carrying capacity during extension stroke, F extension equal to pressure into rod area, that is 105 into 10 to the power of 5 into 65 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Simplify this, we will get 68,250 Newton. It is nothing but 68.25 kilo Newton. Speed and load carrying capacity during extending stroke are 0.246 meter per second and 68.25 kilonewton respectively. Now we will move on to retraction stroke. Speed and load carrying capacity during a retracting stroke. V retraction equal to pump flow rate dividing by annulus area. Here 0.0016 dividing by 130 minus 65 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Simplify this one, we will get 0.246 meter per second. And load carrying capacity during retraction, that is F retraction equal to P into annulus area. 105 into 10 to the power of 5 into 130 minus 65 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Simplify this, we will get 68,250 Newton or 68.25 kilonewton. Speed and load carrying capacity during retracting stroke is are 0.246 meter per second and 68.25 kilonewton respectively. Look at the answers. During extending stroke and retracting stroke, V extension is 0.246 meter per second and V retraction is also 0.246 meter per second. How it is possible? Look at the area. Here piston area is 130 centimeter square and rod area is 65 centimeter square. We have discussed in the expression of the regenerative circuit to make velocity during extension equal to velocity during retraction, or speed during extension equal to speed during retraction. In such cases, make piston area is 2 times larger than rod area. Same thing done here. So therefore, in the regenerative circuit, the extending speed and retracting speed of the cylinder can be made equal when the piston area is 2 times of the rod area. So now you could understand the concept of the piston area is 2 times the rod area. When you make piston area equal to 2 times rod area, we can achieve V extension equal to V retraction. Thank you.